Guest number 2 in Studio B during our 2-hour BYU Sports Nation special is one of the alumni football legends, Glen Kozlowski. Maybe you've heard of him. Glenn, welcome to Studio B.
I didn't think anybody heard of me, other than my mother. She loves me. And I got that face that only a mother could love. So,
well, hey, you're you're not new to media. You help out with the Chicago Bears programming on WGN Radio, and so you're tied into this. This is not new to you, correct?
Yeah, I've done it for 23 years.
Yeah, okay.
And I thought I retired, but I just read on a website that I'm doing a post-game show on WGN. So apparently they suck you back in, you never leave.
Wow. Okay, when you look at there's the Bears, there's BYU, a tough schedule for the Cougars. A lot of conversation related to that schedule. Games in the Midwest. What do you think of BYU amping it up and playing a really tough schedule in 2015?
They've been doing that for a while, and under Bronco Mendenhall. And, once you become an independent, you're going to play 9-10 games that are tough. People always try to compare, the eras. And, when I played, we had maybe 3 difficult games. These guys play a tough game every week. So it's a lot different. And so it's good. It's great. I'm glad I wasn't the guy that had to do that and go up against these schools, because I liked our 6 ducks, our 7 ducks, and then our 3 tough games a year.
How does BYU use this type of schedule to create more national relevance so that you're hearing more about the Cougars in Chicago?
Well, we do hear about them, and it might be because it's just at my house, but I yell loud so a lot of people hear me. But you know what? You've got to win some big games. I know every time that they've gone to Notre Dame and they've played well there, that makes you a national force. I think we're between those 2 big mountain ranges, so a lot of people don't even know where BYU is at. I'm talking about in the Midwest anyway, and even on the East Coast. But literally, you've got to win also, and you've got to compete. They're doing the competing part really well, and now they've just got to string together wins in a row. And, there's not a better guy than Bronco Mendenhall, Robert and I. These guys can get it done.
The last time you were on the show, the other time you were on the show, we talked about, you mentioned...
I wasn't here, though, right?
Yeah, I was on the phone.
Okay, good.
Punters aren't people, right?
They're
Something
not.
to that degree? Okay,
well, kickers and punters.
Kickers in general, okay.
They are, Lee Johnson, for example. And I know he works here. Well, clearly he's not a person. Spend 10 minutes with him. The guy's a lunatic, right? He's a maniac. He is the poster child for every alphabet in any kind of issues, right? ADDH. LOGYM. I mean, the guy's, well, he's a maniac and he's a goof, but I love that goof.
Okay.
But, but look, if you miss the kick, we want to kill you. If you make the kick, we love you. We love you, but we're not going to let you hang out with us at night. That's just how it works.
With that in mind, there's a great possibility that BYU's punter is one of the stars of the rugby team, a national champion in rugby. Would he qualify as a person?
Yes, because rugby players might be the toughest guys next to hockey players. I mean, those guys know how to tackle, and quite frankly, could probably beat me up. So I'm going to say he's a person for sure.
Johnny Linehan is his name. They call him Johnny Rugby here.
And I'm sure he can mash the ball, too, because that's what they do, and they kick the ball far. Look, I'm a high school football coach for 15 years, and all of my kickers are soccer players because, again, that non-person factor. And, but I love them, and I've had more kids go to college on scholarships as kickers and punters, which are strange for me, right, saying this right now. But, they can, especially the soccer players, they could drill the ball. But rugby players, why not? He can probably kick it with both feet, right?
Johnny, it's official. You're a person. He's
not only a person, he's a great person because I think he's probably big.
Glen Kozlowski with us on BYU Sports Nation, former BYU legendary receiver, also played
legendary.
In the NFL.
Let's stop the legendary. Quite frankly, my wife would just go, "Yeah, right, legendary."
It goes
go
to this.
Do the dishes now, dear.
You made an incredible catch in the back of the end zone during that 1984 national championship game. Now there is this question out there: was Robbie Bosco trying to throw the ball out of bounds? What do you think?
You know, he still claims that he was not, and I think he was, but it doesn't matter because it was the perfect pass. And, you know, Robbie did that a lot. He was one of those guys. He's not the toughest person I ever met in the world. I might even put him in the kicker category until he got on the football field. And that guy was a stone-cold killer, you know, and I don't like using that phrase with all of the people that are losing their lives out there with the gun thing, and that's a whole different deal. But on the field, that guy would kill you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think Ty, same way, was the same way. You know, he's probably the most unassuming guy you'd ever meet with his cowboy boots and that little southern draw from down to Texas. But, man, you put him on the field, they'd kill you.
4 decades of dominance is coming up at 4 Eastern time. You'll be, you know, a part of that. It's going to be awesome. What's it like to be in the building with all these guys that are coming back to visit BYU and to relive kind of what BYU football has done the last 40 years?
Well, I haven't seen any of them. I saw Robert, so it was great to see him, and he looks good. And, you know, Robert doing interviews is amazing to me because Robert just didn't like to talk to anybody. So it's
That's
awesome.
still the case.
Well, yeah, but that's okay, by the way. I like the fact that he runs the offense pretty well, so he'll do okay there. But it's great. I look forward to it. You know, this building wasn't here because if it was, Blaine Fowler would have never left this building. I'm pretty sure.
He doesn't leave very often.
I bet he doesn't anymore because that was Blaine, you know. And but this is, you know, it's changed so much, and it's really a neat thing to see. I'm not sure neat's even in the English language anywhere, but it was like cool when we were old or young, your age guys. And but it's cool. It's neat to see that all these things are happening, all this growth. And every time I get here, I get lost because I don't understand the campus anymore.
We'll have someone show you around. Don't worry.
Yeah, that might be the concussions too. And why I get lost. Right.
We can hook that up. You played probably with the greatest string of quarterbacks ever in college: Jim McMahon, Steve Young, Robbie Bosco. Is there anybody that had the run that you had as a receiver?
No, I mean, it was luck, not because I had this great run. I mean, I got to start as a freshman, which was unusual then. Basically, my high school just said go to college early, and you know they just gave me. I think I was short 5 credit hours. They said just go. So I went up to spring ball. I was one of the first players to ever do that, and that's why I was able to start as a freshman. And playing with Jim was, you know, that was a trip every week because that guy's just a strange cat. Still is a strange guy. Steve was, you know, there would be times where I wanted to tackle him because he would run.
You wanted the ball more.
Well, we all, you know, receivers are always open, right? But Steve, I mean, he would make these spectacular runs, and then one of us would clean him up on the tackle, right? And it was like, hey, was that a receiver just happened? Oh, yeah, he didn't throw me the ball. I'm going to tackle him. And then Robbie was, they were so different, each one of them. But Rob, like I said, you know, he had like these, he would be the softest, meekest guy, kindest guy you'd meet during Monday through Friday. And then Saturday, he just, man, you get out of his way, man, he was going to take you apart.
Glenn, great to talk to you. Glad to have you back in.
Pleasure. And you have this look like, do I really get this close to him or not? It's kind of a strange look on your face. What is that?
If I had a nickel, man.
Okay.
What is it? Ask my mom. I don't know.
No, but I mean, you're almost like you're afraid of me. I'm not an alien.
Do you want a bro hug or something?
We can bro. Well, it's not bro hugs. It's a man hug. We man hug.
During the break.
And we'll kiss.
Nope.
On the cheeks, though.
Oh, okay.
On the cheeks, that's all.
Oh, we have to go to break now? That's crazy.
Yeah, let's go quickly, because you want to kiss.
Okay.
That's right? Is that what he's not saying? That's what I heard. Why do you want to go to break?
It would have been fun
We got
to be
2
on
minutes.
It would have been fun to be on those teams in the 80s.